Hey y'all, it's Bookster here. Welcome back to another video, and today I got for you a really cool character concept based on White Tiger. Now this isn't Hector, this isn't Angela, this is Ava Ayala, but I assume if she gets in the game, then she'll get skins for those two, or, that can go either way. But before we get into the abilities here, we gotta talk about who is White Tiger Ava Ayala. So White Tiger first debuted in Avengers Academy issue number 20, released in December 2011. Now, the White Tiger mantle line is pretty complicated. Well, in reality, it's not too complicated, but there is a sequence to it. And if we want to go over all of that, I will be making a lore video on all of the White Tigers, their debuts, and what they were. But for the sake of this is just for Ava today. And so basically, yeah, so she appeared in Avengers Academy, basically where the Avengers are training these new heroes, and we see her fully kind of take on the mantle of the White Tiger throughout this series, and she ends up being in Mighty Avengers and New Avengers after this Avengers Academy run. So she gets two kind of team-up runs right off the bat. I believe in the New Avengers line, however, she does end up fighting Angela Del Toro's White Tiger. Long story, but essentially what happened to her was she was killed by the Hand and then resurrected kind of as a puppet. And so Ava was trying to, at this point, break her free of those chains. And so actually, we end up seeing the amulet get broken here. Now, she kind of lays down the mantle of the White Tiger. She doesn't have the amulet anymore, and she hasn't gotten a run since. However, she did get an appearance as a character in a Defenders run, where she still resumed the title of White Tiger, but without her superpower. So I'm hoping that later down the line she does get her own comic run. Hopefully she somehow gets like the amulets back. But yeah, so let's get into the concept. So a lot of times people think she could just be a Black Panther skin or a Black Panther ripoff, and to a certain extent I do agree. However, I think I was able to come up with something, a kit of sorts, that is able to complement her unique skill set and keep Black Panther untouched. So the bio, so Ava Ayala, also known as the White Tiger, is granted tremendous power from the Jade Amulets. As a close quarters specialist, White Tiger's athletic prowess is unmatched and excels at inflicting high damage and intimidating her opponents. Now there's a reason why she is 5 stars here, because I introduce a Fury stack system that makes her somewhat hard to use. So yeah, she's a duelist, and her passive reads, granted heightened senses and agility from the Jade Amulets of Power, White Tiger is able to double jump and run on walls. So, you kind of need that ninja-esque style of fighting. So her ability 1, Primal Rage. When toggled, White Tiger will enter Primal. When in this state, every elimination will grant a Fury stack up to 5, and they will automatically reset her abilities, excluding the ultimate. In addition, each elimination will fill her ultimate up by 10% until she is at maximum Fury stacks. This ability lasts until the player toggles it off or her ultimate is used, resetting those stacks. When turned off, the ability must recharge. So I would think of this kind of like a right click, like you right click and then she enters Primal. So it's very accessible, it counts as an ability, and her primary attack would just be her clawing at people, of course. Ability 2, Lethal Lunge. White Tiger targets an enemy and lunges at them at lightning speed. The base damage starts out pretty low, but increases depending on her Fury stacks, and the ability has 2 charges, can be used in mid-air or from a wall run. Now the reason why I use the Fury stacks for this too is because she's basically a customizable hero, right? If you see yourself at 2 Fury stacks, will that be enough to take out the half-health Adam Warlock with a dash, or will 2 be able to take him out? And stuff like that, so you can kind of gauge how much damage you do based off how many Fury stacks you have, and that's pretty unique because Black Panther doesn't have anything like that. Ability 3, Tigress's Finesse. Activating this ability outside of Primal will spawn 2 Tiger Spirits. They will charge into battle, and they pretty much act like minions who attack the nearest enemy, and each elimination they get grants White Tiger a Fury stack. She also gets a small damage reduction while the Tiger Spirits are alive. Activating this ability in Primal again the right click, will cause the ancient tiger god to roar and appear behind White Tiger for a brief period of time. Upon the roar, all opponents in the area of effect will be debuffed with intimidation, i.e. ability locking them. It will also slow down healing, but is not an anti-heal. So the reason why I did this is because if you have a duelist who can almost reverse push in a way, it'll make her very deadly. And this is the only ability that's not tied to the Fury stacks unless her Tigers get an elimination, in which she will gain 1 Fury. But there is a ultimate that she gets that essentially ties it all together. So her ultimate ability, Berserk, White Tiger loses control over the ancient Tiger God's powers. She cashes in her Fury buffs and gains a movement speed buff and attack speed buff. The level of her ultimate depends on her Fury stack, i.e. there are 5 levels to her ultimate. 1 Fury equals 1 level, and each level affects the potency of her buffs, and they add a duration to her ultimate. They basically give her a little bit more time in that ability, and this can only be activated if your primal is turned on. Now, Marvel Rivals is really known for their team-up abilities, you know, Hulk and Iron Man, and Groot and Rocket, and Jeff and Groot, and stuff like that. You know, Magneto and Scarlet Witch, I think, was the most OP one for a while. So we gave her 3 team-ups, just as an idea. Team-up 1 is Mean and Green. White Tiger latches onto Hulk's back, imbuing him with the powers of the Jade Amulets. He gains a damage and speed buff. Team-up 2 is Ultimate. White Tiger gains a synergy with Spider-Man, and this makes Spider-Man's ultimate inflict power sting on enemies, i.e. depleting or stealing them of ultimate power and sharing it with White Tiger. And then Team Up 3, just because I wanted to add to the banter between Black Panther and White Tiger, I put Light and Darkness, Black Panther, and White Tiger share each other's passives. Now look, I do understand that there's a high possibility that she ends up being a skin. However, if we take a look at Black Panther's kit, the spear throw doesn't make sense at all. And so he's really cooldown based. There's no like really secondary or tertiary passives to his abilities that gain him any sort of playing field, right? So I figured I would put White Tiger in and give her that Fury system meter, making her really hard to play, but at the same time very powerful in the right hands. And so now both Black Panther and both White Tiger in the game would also mean that they are two high skill gap characters. And so, you know, the team composition could be pretty interesting between these two. And like I said, I do think she will probably be in as a skin, but I feel like the concept I made here did do her a little more justice. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and if I should continue doing concepts. I am working on an Agent Venom one right now, paired with Carnage. There'll be a little duo drop, so I'm excited to share that. Yeah, guys, just let me know what you guys think. This is White Tiger, Duelist from Marvel Rivals 2025. Maybe 2025, who knows. You probably won't get the Game Boys, but we tried. Anyway, take care, guys. Enjoy. Vukester out.